Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good vibes, good energy, good people. It's your boy Mickey Fenty, aka Mickey Made It. If you're new to this channel, you know what to do to this channel. Subscribe right now. Also, if you want to support my brand, it's inspired by dreams.shop. Okay, it's Monday. How are my peoples doing out there? All my beautiful people, how you doing out there, man? You feeling good? Your health is up? Let me know. Let's match energy today, man. I got a lot of things to talk to you guys about. I got a lot of things to bring to the table. So whatever I put down, I need you guys to pick up. Okay? So today's Monday's feeling good in the NYC. There's a lot of things I want to give you some of my thoughts that I was going over just to bring to you guys, and some things that I need you guys to really pay attention to. And also today I'm dropping two new dope videos that's gonna open your mind up. I'm talking about, trust me on that. But before we get into this episode today on Monday, I want to bring some good vibes for all my peoples out there. I hope everybody is doing good. Your health is up. Don't skip out on your health, man. Trust me, do not skip out on the things that's most important. I told you, a lot of these people, they scrambling and scrambling now because they was all looking for the money. They was all looking to do this, do that, do this, do that. And they, inside their energy and the, the things that really are meaningful to their lives, they forgot all about that part. So that's the part that comes back to kick you in the butt when you realize what life is all about. I told you guys how it was gonna go down. But I do have, we're gonna start off on a food warning. Okay, so I'm hearing a lot of things about this cookie spot is called Crumble, and they're saying like Kim Kardashian, she has her cookie there, and there's there's a lot of promotion going around on this viral cookie or this viral spot. But when I looked into this thing, I realized that a lot of people that's been, doing reviews on this, these cookies are full of sugar. I'm talking enough sugar to kill everybody. You guys got to be very careful. Don't just follow these trends and think that, they are paid for trends. These are paid, this is, somebody trying to come up off of you. I told you what that sugar is doing. Sugar and cocaine is definitely on the same weight in these times. It's killing people. It's too much sugar in those cookies. That's my take on it. I'm not here looking to go viral off of somebody, or it's just, it doesn't make any sense. It doesn't make any sense. If you guys really look into what I'm talking about or was thinking about going to this cookie store, it's not, look, it's a lot of sugar being dished out, and I can't see why people would want all of this stuff on top of a cookie, just a whole bunch of sugar. So if you're at the age of, I say, 30s or above, do not go to them places with them cookies, man. They are killing people. Okay, they might not be, nobody's gonna tell you the after effect when they end up in the hospital or their blood pressure just skyed to the roof because they're eating these cookies with tons of sugar on it. I don't know what people are thinking in these times. People are looking for things to numb them instead of things to help them and heal them. So you got to be very careful. I just wanted to bring that to you guys. Don't, just because it's a trend or you feel like, even young kids think that thing has too much sugar. So be careful of those cookies and all of these trends that's going around. Some of these trends are not good for you. I just wanted to get that out the way, off the back. Another thing I wanted to talk to you guys about, the Diddy case is, I told you the Diddy case is moving on up, man. It's coming up quicker than as we thought. And I'm looking at it, and it doesn't look really good for him. It's the same thing I said before. If Cassie's taking a stand, I see a lot of people doing their little squealing here and there about, they thought, people always put themselves in a place of they thinking what it's going to be. No, that's not what it's going to be. To me, honestly, we got to pay attention to our health, the law, the changes that are happening in business at our job sites and things like that. These are the things that's most important. Not, what your favorite what your favorite celebrity or what reality show person is eating, because they most likely are not eating anything good. And if they are eating something good, why didn't they tell you already? So you got to be very careful of how people present themselves and the things that they do. Myself, I'm keeping an eye out for all of the tricks and all the trickery. So whatever I catch, I will definitely bring it to you guys. Another thing that I wanted to start with also, remember I always tell you guys about the material things and how these guys, they be wearing a whole bunch of Gucci from the head to toe with all the big logos and signs all over them looking at Ren and 10? Remember what I told you about that stuff? Remember they thought they was looking, like they thought that was like an expensive look. Remember what I told you, to some people it might look expensive, but to others they look like fools? Now we start realizing that China, see what we didn't understand in these times. You have to understand the things that you don't want to do are the hard workers are going to pick up and do to make profit off of. So we start to realize now, China start letting us know that, well, some of us already know that the stuff that people were buying compared to the bootleg stuff were the same thing because they were getting made by the same people. Wake up, you guys, and stop thinking that when you throw on something, that's gonna make, bring some kind of value to yourself. And that's why people fall short at this point. The people that don't think like that have more to play with when it comes down to investments and holding back and just holding money for certain places and putting money into the right places. Them other people that bought all that funny luxury stuff, it look crazy right now. How you going I see, I see it, especially in our culture too. I see a lot of us like, you know, people be dripped down in something they feel like is expensive without having their life together. It makes no sense. And the more you tell people, they feel like, oh no, you're this, you're that. Look, it's like, look, listen, that's the reason why our culture we can't build each other up, because we don't trust each other. And in every right, we have a lot of things to point to that makes us say, you know what? You're right. So you got to be very careful in these times and just be honest with yourself. Be honest with you. You can lie to the people, but don't lie to yourself. Do not lie to yourself. All right? Do not lie to yourself. Let's take it into hip hop for a minute. I seen NBA YoungBoy did one of the biggest moves ever. Even though he got himself in so much trouble, one of his best investments was investing into his security. Now, he bought his security guards a house next to his home. And it's sad that you got to live that way. But when you have that type of lifestyle, yeah, you're going to have to be buying your security guard some homes. Don't just leave your security guard just to pull up if you don't treat your security guard right, the guy or the female, whoever you have in charge of guarding your life, then you got problems. Not only are you greedy, but you're not realizing you're supposed to invest in the things that's going to be more beneficial to you. When you talk like this online, or when you're trying to be the most toughest person in the world, you better have security, because people will test you from all walks of life. So I'm glad that he thought smart enough. I don't know how long his money is or how long would that last, but that is a smart thing to do. Take care of the people that's taking care of you. Hip hop has a problem with that. Hip hop has a problem with, taking care of the people that really got you to the point. So I see a lot of people complaining that, they invested so much into this artist, or they invested into this person, and they just ran off and they're blowing the money in the strip club in front of their friends and blowing money, on females that's not going to be there for them, instead of really putting the money into the security and the bulletproofs and the things that's going to sustain your life. You see, if you talk like this, you better have some type of security. I see a lot of people falling short at this point. And if you can't afford to have the security, stop talking like this. We are living in a big world, you guys. There's so many things out there that's set against us to pull us back. So if we can't understand these triggers, these types of people, and the places that we're around, then we fall short. Good morning, you guys. Good morning. Much love, y'all. Jaden, you have a YouTube channel too? I'll subscribe to your YouTube channel when I finish here. I will definitely subscribe. As a matter of fact, when it's over, you could just leave a comment down below, and I'll subscribe to your channel. I'm always down to support. I'm never the type to not support. It's a press of a button and watching through some videos and learning your supporters. That's one of the things that I always love doing. So yeah, I'll definitely support your channel, definitely. So what's the name of your channel? Is it Jaden McKinley? Is it your name, or okay? I'll support your channel for sure, for sure. I'll definitely support. I want to show some love out to all my people out in Chicago. I was watching some documentaries in Chicago, and I love the energy. You guys will be so surprised that it's not. Don't think of Chicago all as drilling now. Think of they are pushing. A lot of people are pushing peace out there, and I'm very happy to see that people woke up, and there are a lot of leaders out there that's stepping in the forefront and saying, you know what, I want to see the youth go this route. Because when you really think about this, the only reason why a lot of people, you see like a lot of the youth, they want to do rapping and this and that, is because they see the money. But once they have other openings to other things that you can still make money and feed your family, nobody's going to want to go into that demonic spot. As much as you think that it's an easy game, it's not, because you're putting your business out. There's so much more besides the lyrics and the beat that this game is all about, that you can find yourself in so many different places. And I want the youth to know that there's so many other routes you can take without just having to be the guy in the forefront, because they're pushing, the youth is getting pushed towards violence to make a profit. That is not going to last long. If you try to put a price tag on the violence, what it does is it just people just keep dying and dying and dying and dying and dying. If they ain't killing you with a bullet, they're killing you with the food. So these are two things that you got to really pay attention to when it comes down to our culture, and when it comes down to you just living a better and healthy life. That's what I'm about, y'all. If y'all don't realize, that's what I'm about. I've been getting healthier and healthier as every day came. Every day that came after when I showed you guys the last live when I came from the doctor, I've been trying to better myself every single day, and it's been working. The more I keep working at it, the more I feel like the best investment is myself. As far as like the money and the things like that, that will come. I'm not really on YouTube here because I said, you know what, I'm gonna, I'll kind of take a cut on the money just to leave a mark in the culture. I don't mind that, because I'm smart enough to, I can get it from different ways. That's not what I'm here about, telling you how to, stack up your money to the ceiling and then you pass away like 2 weeks later. That's not my thing. I'm here to build your mindset, and you worry about that, not worry about the clothes that I'm wearing, the hat that I'm wearing. All of this stuff could be replaced. Like I told you, that stuff it won't mean anything when it comes down to you surviving through what's next to come. There's going to be a lot of things that we don't realize, and when we don't come together, look what happened. Yeah, everybody's talking about, oh, America this, America that, but does America want to put in the work that those other places put in the work to see us with the same smile on our faces for the things that we probably didn't even need in our life? Do you see what's going on? While we over here trying to tell them this and do that, those are the people been working their behinds off for the things that we really love. Now, I don't know about you guys, but I've been through a few whips, a few cars, and a lot of my cars were foreigns. I'll be honest with you, it wasn't, and I never, like, you got to pay attention to like little things that I be seeing. Like when I went and looked back, I'm like, look at the things that they put on you guys. Look at the things that they want you to take in. Like, look at it, listen to the names. Hellcat, Demon, Hellstar. Everything is like, these whole 2 years have been surrounded by the dark and the, don't get a part of these things. Don't be a part of these things. You see cars crashing, planes falling out the air, and people think, oh, no, it's not me and my kids. I got enough money that, no, that's not how it's going to work. You see, you are the target. The people that's numb to what's going on, and the people that's out there acting like this stuff is not happening, yeah, you guys are the targets. That's the gain out of this. The more you open this up, you're not a target, because you see everything coming. I see a lot of people still worrying about, like, in hip hop, they're still more thinking that they're gonna make money off the violence slowly by slowly, like and they just call it like, him versus him or beef. It's not beef. It's not beef. You're trying to make money off the violence, and you're not making money off the talent. When is the talent gonna get back into hip hop? That's why I don't pay attention to a lot of this nonsense, because all of this stuff is just fueled bad energy. People swear that they're not fueling on this stuff, but I see it all the time. You see, I mean, how the hell does Ja Rule and 50 Cent have, after all of these 20-something years, a new generation of artists come in? Has the new artists that came in, they are considered old school at this point. No, I'm telling you the truth. They're considered old school at this point, and they should be just in the ears of the people that love them for what they did. But you mean to tell me up 2025, they still beefing because some radio station poured fuel onto a beef to bring it back up? Something ain't right about that. You can't just push me and tell me to do this and tell me to do that, or stare my life down the bad street because you want to see some kind of entertainment out of it. Don't you know karma comes behind that? I don't like what's going on. It's a lot of funny stuff going on. A lot of people, they're looking for the worst out of people. And to me, I feel like, look, man, I see the best in a lot of people. Man, a tear came down my eye when I seen this documentary on Chicago, and how a lot of people, they was trying to push peace and trying to reclaim the things that they start realizing that's meaningful to their communities, instead of going out there and shooting the person that lived right across the street from you. You don't see how ignorant that is? Nah, I don't jump into that ignorant stuff hurting your own people. The same people that hurt their own people, you guys are demons. You see your people out there struggling, you hurting people, you're demons, 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 and you're not gonna have a long life when you hurt somebody. You go kill somebody, somebody in your family or your somebody it's the cycle continues. Even it's, people are not gonna understand it because it seems like being so rebellious, being so hateful, being so jealous and envious of people, it feels like that's a comfortable space when you're coming from that's like you don't have to put in the work. When you're coming from a low income area, you coming from the ghetto, and you get on that, that feels like more at home to you. It's when it feels like work is when you have to do something outside of that. Not put down the gun, go out there, stand up for something, stand up to the bullies. When you got to do all of that type of stuff, that's when people fall short. That's when people fall short. You can't expect that somebody's just gonna go out there and follow behind you with all this nonsense and this dumb ways of thinking. A lot of these people come from dysfunctional families and they smile inside when you do the same dysfunctional things that they want you to do. Don't follow down those paths. I got big videos coming out for y'all. I'm telling you, I'm talking about big videos coming out for y'all. Number one, I want to give a shout out to GloRilla. Yeah, I want to give a shout out to GloRilla. You know why? Because she started waking up and she started realizing, wait, hold on, this alcohol ain't for me. Now that's when you're thinking smart. So I appreciate when them females start, look, a lot of people are going to lose their weight, and these are the poisons put in place for us to slip and fall in. These are the things that took a lot of MCs that we don't think that people are passing away and they couldn't have avoided it. A lot of these people passing away could have avoided a lot of this stuff, but they chose to numb themselves instead of heal themselves. And that's their fault. I don't want y'all guys to go down that same route what these people are doing. Some people come from families that it's alcoholism going through the family. Like in my family, that's one thing too. But I cut all that shit out. I'm not with it. I don't care how cool you might think it is having a cup or when you walk in and somebody, oh, look at the drinks or all the drink. It looks like a drink to me with colors. It doesn't look like something delicious anymore. It looks like poison to me that with sprinkle of colors on it. You don't know how important it is to get yourself and get your mind out of that stuff. You can't drink because when you drink, it numbs you to the things that's really going on. Now you go out there and you slip up. So GloRilla said, you know what? Nah, I'm cutting it out. At least, even if she's trying and you might fall off and you might just keep fighting at it. And then after a while, you start realizing, man, that alcohol kills so many people, hurts so many people. So I'm glad when I heard that people are waking up now, man. People are waking up. Everything is not just like easy. It's not going to be easy going against what everybody deems to be in our black culture and our communities as the way to go. It's not going to be easy. You're going to have to stand up and fight. Stop running from the bullies and stand up and fight and say what you really mean. Say how you feel. I'm not with all that nonsense. If it ain't right, I don't care who's pushing it. I'm not with you. These guys, all they have to show is gonna be the money, but they ain't gonna have no good health or none of that stuff that's behind. You know how many people are passing away all the time? I'm talking about this is a daily thing. We gotta stay away from the things that's trying to hold us back. They don't care if you made $20, $30 million. If you ain't in good health, that money is going right back in their pocket. You get it? You think Donald Trump gave an F about Chef G when he first got him out? When Chef G came out, man, I could have took one look at that man and said, he ain't ready. He got to go back in. He wasn't ready to stand, because if you go out there and you're doing these crimes and you're doing this, they are having eyes on you. You see Young Thug, he can't even hold up against the stipulations that was put up to him because they know that you're gonna slip and fall. You got to prove them wrong. You got to prove all those people wrong. That's what it's about. That's what it's really about, you guys. A lot of people don't even realize that the battle that they're facing. They think that they fighting their own people is the battle. No, the real battle is you fighting yourself. That's the real battle. You fighting yourself to realize that you can become a better person without anybody else's help. In our community, we can't trust each other because what the hurt that we did to each other. You don't get what's going on? If you killing somebody down the block that's look the same way as you, what makes you think that somebody from that side can't come and kill you? It's not like that. Our superheroes don't come with capes. Unfortunately, that's just on the TV. Don't be fooled by these people. Anybody could get hurt. Anybody. There's no, like I told you, in New York, there's a bully what? When it comes down to weapons and all these high-powered things, that these people don't even, look, listen, I try to tell people this all the time. The gangs, the friends you think you're around, they don't have love for you. If they had love for you, they'd be doing things that would push love in front of you and keep love around you. A lot of these gangs don't trust each other. So why would you go out there and expect somebody to hold their mouth shut or do time for you? Who are you? Who are you? A lot of these people are a menace to society. That's what they really are. They took on all the bad roles that they see, and that's the only thing they can follow, because that's the easiest thing to them, because they hurt. If you come from a dysfunctional family, you got to make sure if you start a family or you going ahead in your family, you don't make these same mistakes, or you're going to just keep carrying that pain on. What's wrong with these people? And now everybody's what? Don't look, if you don't have yourself right, don't worry about what Donald Trump or what you see in the news or with tariffs. You don't have to worry about none of that unless you get yourself right first. Those are for people, but getting up to that, like, don't pile all that pain on top of you. It's not gonna work. It's not even in your lane of, you have to get yourself right before you even get to that point. A lot of these people are investing into their death. They don't even know it yet. They're listening to all the wrong music, they're taking all the wrong advice, and they're around people that don't even love them. So at the end of the day, when things go blank for them, it just goes. That's just how it goes. From a snap of a finger, you thought that person loved you. That person ain't love you, because you didn't even love yourself to know what love is. So don't be fools like a lot of these people out here think. I told you the shiny stuff was going to be the same stuff to blind them. Then I tell you that stuff was fake. And when I say fake, it doesn't necessarily mean that it has to be of a certain material that makes it fake. What makes it fake is the prices and the things that they put on it, and how hard you go to look a certain way, when that way is being looked at from other people as dumb, as foolish. Why do you think that a lot of rich people, they're not look? You think when they hear the tariffs, how it did that to all of that, all the luxury items, you think they're worried? No, they wasn't wearing that shit. They wasn't wearing it. You see how much people are in our culture. We quick to promote all of that nonsense looking. Some of that stuff is really crazy looking. We're quick to promote that without promoting somebody from our neighborhood trying to do something. You know why? Because we hate each other. Stop lying. Stop lying. Don't act like you love me. You crazy? The people that's going to love you are the people that's going to see the same as you and feel the things that you're going through, because they dealt with the same experiences. A lot of these people, they don't look back. They don't look back. I told you they're not going to look back. They're going to sprinkle the things that you think are worth something. That stuff ain't worth nothing. I told you that. So now they fall short. They feel like, oh, there's nowhere else to go. No, you don't worry about it. You have enough time to build yourself up. The first people that's going to be hit the hardest are the richer people in our communities, not the people at the lower end. So you have a lot of time to build up yourself and start realizing what really is meaningful in your life. The stuff that you value should be the stuff that's going to be able to sustain your health and your mind. Not the stuff that's going to make you look good. You look good with how God made your features. You see a lot of these people, they go out there and change their features up because, look, yeah, everything is fake on them. From the teeth, they behind, everything, the clothes, the jewelry. Start really waking up and see what's going on. People are put on this front and they're not even happy inside. They're not even happy inside. And let me tell you something about us, all right? You see somebody out there, they got a Rolex on. Why are you going down? As for the youth, why are you going to put a gun to that person what are you doing? I'm going to give y'all a tip on how don't ever rob somebody for their jewelry or these things that they're not even worth it. What you should be robbing people for is information. Information is worth more than the money. Do you remember Will Smith movie? If you guys haven't had to see this movie, go check out Pursuit of Happiness. One of the biggest scenes, one of the biggest moments in that movie is when Will Smith asks that man, what do you do? That's information. He could have robbed him for everything he had in his pocket, put a gun to him and took everything, but he didn't. He knew what to get from him. How did you make it? That's information. You having a gun, pointing to somebody to take off what they got is only one time. You ain't gonna be able to live that long. But if you knew the information it took for that person to buy whatever you deem is supposed to be of value, then now you're working on something. Why are you robbing for the item? That you gotta get people for the information. Understand that information is worth more than money. Information will have you living a longer life. Information is the same thing that got these people out here don't want to tell you what's really going on. That's for my good people. Take that with you. Trust on that. Trust me on that one right there. Trust me on that one. Trust me, there's people living every day that don't have to lift up a finger to work, and they have different stocks and different things in different companies, and because of the people that they know around them is the reason why they can be sustainable in these times. It ain't everybody struggling. Especially, it's not about the money. It's up here. A lot of people are struggling up here, but they might not be struggling in the pocket. People don't understand. Everybody goes through a struggle. Whether you're rich, whether you're poor, or whatever labels they want to call it. We all have to find a place to understand. Right now, you don't understand how easy it is for a rich person to pass away throughout his bad habits or her bad habits. It's because, yeah, they got the money, so they're going to buy 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 more of those cookies. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 more of those cars. And the sugar, the probabilities of having an accident, you just raised all your probabilities of you killing yourself. You don't realize what's going on? This is the facts. This is the facts I'm giving you guys. So whatever I put down today, I need you guys to pick it up. Shouts out to all my people that's going through the struggle and really trying to find themselves. There's always a way, y'all. You got to relax and start realizing the things that's of value. The look is not the value. The look is going to tell me exactly who you are and who you're not. The look of you putting on a whole bunch of brands and all this of all these other people, that's going to be, they're already good. Don't think that your brand is going to shoot all the way up in the air if we can't even communicate with our own people. Oh, no, it's not. It's going to hit the same ceiling. And then you're going to disappear. You're going to run off like most people do. And you're like, what happened to that person? We know what happened to him or her. Women, stop. Don't go home and look down on your own family. Go home and uplift your family of how you want to see your family in the future. You might not have it good at your house. You might, your man or whoever might not be as on point as you. Of the things that you pick up on your day-to-day, put them on. Fellas, put your lady on. Instead of just running your separate ways. That ain't gonna, if all these broken families is the reason why people's future is being corrupted. Because people think they can run this way and take care of the kid that way. And meanwhile, the kid has questions when they reach a certain point in time. And now you don't got no answers for the kid. So who's the fool, the kid or you? Be better parents in these times. Protective parents in these times are needed because there's so many things out there that's going to be drawing and pulling your kids in. And any of those humble minds, you have to be strong enough to know what's going on. Teach your kids the right way. While you investing in yourself, invest in your kids too. Because it ain't up to you. I seen another thing too that's going on. Shouts out to Nicki Minaj, and I believe that's her husband. These like, what they call them, squatting phone calls where people call, like police to your home and just really doing corrupt stuff to people. Look, listen, man, you got to be more careful about the people you're around, and it says a lot. Did you upset somebody? You have to know these things. Like, I don't know, you can't be right or nice to the whole world, but just know the people that you come in encounter with, leave them on a good note. A lot of people feel like they're not getting their just due, and a lot of people feel like, no, I'm going to get at that person. It's like this whole revengeful energy. The best revenge you're going to have is just bettering yourself, man, not caring about the things that's, to other people, that might be the world to them. But to the people that's wise enough to know it's really not. It's really not. So I want send some healing energy because it's not easy. We seen the thing happen with what's his young Scooter where that female called the police and it wasn't what it was, and then he ends up passing away due to injury. These type of things, you are invading in people's space. Let people live their life and learn their life the way they want to live it, instead of getting and interrupting in people's business. That game out there ain't easy. You know, they got a lot of people, and let me tell you something, and this has enough, I believe she has a sneaker out right now. Let me just tell you something that I spoke on before that I wanted to bring back to you guys. This is to the celebrities, not the regular people like myself and you guys. Stop messing with other people's dreams. That causes karma in your celebrity lifestyle. You want to know what I'm talking about? Yeah. You come from the same culture that we are brought up in. And meanwhile, you see people out there struggling and you can't stop selling from cologne, perfume, sneakers, hats, this and that. Look, let people live their dreams out. You have the options to live your dream out through either your music or your movies. Don't stand in front of your own people's dreams. I see what's going on and I don't like it. People are not going to support and buy into celebrities that long if they keep taking people's dreams. Stop it. It looks bad and I'm not going to stop talking about it because you guys don't know what you're doing. You're hurting yourself while you think you're hurting other people. That's the reason why you can't live the same life and you get a lot of things exposed on the media and people are looking more to expose you than looking to lift you up. Do you know how many celebrities right now are dealing with alcoholism? Do you know how many? So many celebrities have been drowning themselves in liquor, trying to hide the pain that they've been going through behind the scenes. You know how that hurts? And when they look for that help, it's too late because people don't even believe in the soul and the person that they turn into. You see people like Kanye West? These are the people that make the wolf look like a little puppy. Because inside we know you're not going to be able to sustain through this life. We know it. So we don't even have to, don't get mad. Don't get mad. I don't want to hear no crying and weeping when we see the bad results of all the mess that he's left down the line, because you know what he did. He's doing anything to just get him. Look, all this genius talk, this and that talk, none of that stuff is like 5th grade. Get your education together, you guys. They don't want you to learn, because if you learn, you start figuring out the nonsense they're trying to sell you. Don't you ever think that education stops. Your learning keeps continuing as an adult. It keeps continuing. You don't have to be in school to learn. Don't let these people fool you. They want to take education away from your kids because they want your kids to be the next workers that just bow down and do whatever they say do. The more you get this up here, the more you start understanding, wait, hold on, this is not a value. I don't need all of this stuff to become my best self. Maybe they need all that stuff. The fake stuff added on. We don't need that. We never needed that. So half the tariffs that's being tacked on stuff, it's just on a whole bunch of stuff that people were spending too much for in the first place. Your health means more than what they deem. And look, let me tell you, the ones that's going to listen, they're going to rise up. The ones that don't listen and hard-headed, they're going to sink 6 feet deep. I promise you. So don't boo-hoo for people because they're making these wrong mistakes. Like I told you, I got 2 videos dropping today. They're very deep. I'm hoping you guys pay attention to what's going on. I'm telling you. Even Obama and Michelle going through a divorce, right? They don't, look, that's how easy it is for people to just disattach from each other. Because maybe it could be 2 things. It could be the first impression of them wasn't the real impression of him, or it can be just the whole heartache of going through whatever they had to go through within his presidency and the power, and that could have broke him up. But at the end of the day, that's how hard love is. If you really want it, you got to go for it. Not like these people on these reality shows putting people together because they look good. That ain't getting you nowhere. Some of these chicks are so lost, they think that love you have to pay for. They're lost. When you scream out the B word, they look around. Why are you answering to that? If you a queen, why are you answering to your man calling you a bitch? Why are you answering to it? I never understood that shit, man. I never understood that. You mean she walking, she looking good, but when he say the B word, she turning around. Why are you answering to that? Didn't you guys gotta take some, just start thinking about the people that came before you. See, when you know your history, you know where you're going in your future. There was an artist, for those who don't know, called Queen Latifah. That was what her whole song was about. Why are you calling me that? You could call her that because her mind is not in that state, but when you call me that, I'm not answering to that. So don't expect me to turn around or even talk to you, because don't let people disrespect you. That's my whole thing. Don't let people disrespect you. If you don't want to speak to a person with respect, nobody's going to answer to you. Remember, we all going to need help sometime again. It don't matter if you have the most money or the least money. We all going to need it. So always remember that. Keep in mind, how you treat people is how people are going to treat you. Energy is real. Energy is real. Energy is real. Only the fools keep going on blindsided every day, bouncing their head off the wall and doing whatever they did and saying whatever they said. That's why they fall short. It's okay, but it just takes them a longer time to get back together. That's the reason why a lot of people are lost now. They don't know what to do. They're trying to sell everything in the book, and none of that stuff is going to be successful. None of it. None of it. What you claim is success is going to be a ceiling. Some of these people, if they stop working now, them people in them big places, they'll forget about them. They won't be able to get the key to get back in that door. They got to keep going and hustling and hustling and hustling until they pass away and that money go in somebody else's pocket. You're working for somebody else. You just don't know it yet. Now, Bhad Bhabie get on here and talk about how she was abused when she was younger. Okay. So each time that you took all of this abuse and growing up, you didn't realize no healing within that? She was saying how Chief Keef, he used to put his hands on her, this and that. But all of these times you being abused, you don't see what's going on? See, there's more outlets in these times for us to get a better understanding. Yeah, that's how you started, but sweetheart, you ain't got to finish like that. You ain't got to finish like that. This is not a black, this is not a white thing. This is the right thing. I don't care if you're black. If you are a queen out there, I don't care. You could be a white queen, a black king, white king. It don't matter. Don't let nobody fool you and tell their culture is bigger than nobody else's culture. The only thing body bigger than us is God. So she had to start realizing that it started from her home. In the beginning, when she was younger, she was getting abused as a kid. Okay, he was getting abused as a kid. Did you realize that abuse that will in turn out to be the rest of your life? Don't live through that stuff, because that abuse energy that you have around you, that you will accept anything that a man does to you just to please him, is going to be the same energy every man that comes into your life is going to keep pushing out on you, because they know you ain't going to do nothing about it. Why the hell would you let Chief Keef put his hands on you and you don't say anything about it? Why? Because he's Chief Keef? No, he's only Chief Keef in hip hop. But in the bigger world, that is called abuse. I don't care who it is. Any rapper. Name them. If they did the same thing, they get called out the same way. Stay away from these people with this dysfunctional mindset. I told you, some of these guys still thinking like in high school. It's a sad thing, but you know the difference as a man when you see a person reacting the way they react. You're going to have to do a lot of defending yourself in these times. And sometimes the fight is just you starting the march. You might be marching by yourself until somebody say, you know what, let me step on the street with him and march with him. I feel like he know what he's talking about. The more we keep hurting us with these things and just saying and covering it up, is the more it's going to keep affecting our kids and people yet to come. They think that's the regular way. People at this point have got used to the single family home because people grew up like that. But it doesn't mean that just because you came up in a single family home, all the mistakes that you've seen and you understood, that's when you have to say, you know what, if I have a family, I'm not going to let this happen to me. The best parent is not going to be the most fun parent. I'm gonna tell you right now, it's not gonna be the parent that was just him, they and their kids are like friends. No, that's not how it works. You gotta drop jewels for those kids to pick up so they can know, and if something comes up, oh, I remember what I remember what my mom told me. And if you don't got that type of person in your life, find that type of person within yourself and the people that you keep around you. Learn from other people's mistakes instead of going through the mistake and keep making the mistake over and over and over again. I seen what people were going through and I said, damn, I've been through some of this nonsense. But I just picked up on my stuff a little quicker because I'm a little older than you guys. I've been through a little bit more. All the street stuff talk that people talk about, they're all victims, y'all. They ain't no bullies in New York. They're all victims. Just like myself. I could have been killed the same way. I could have been shot. I've been shot at, all of that stuff, man. You don't see me come up in here highlighting that stuff. Those are for lost people. Those lost folks. It don't no matter how much money you gain and you think that's up to the ceiling. If you don't have this up here, trust me, you guys, we're gonna see some stuff in these coming months. We're gonna see some things. And it's going to scare a lot of us. The people that's but for the rest of us, we just going to keep That's what you don't have to even, don't even buy into it. Just go your way, do what you got to do and keep working at yourself. But you know the reason how you ducked out of that. You didn't fall into that trap. That's the devil's trap. Remember that. Look, and Kanye's he's the best example of it. How a person can have with these big titles, a billionaire, a genius, all of these. It's like I seen this thing going around, right? Let me get off of Kanye West. I seen this thing going around with Jadakiss. Where people are saying, oh, Jadakiss went to private school. So, see, that's the problem with a lot of people that's coming from these broken homes and these dysfunctional families. They look at education like it's a bad thing. The reason why Jadakiss is where he's at is probably because he came from that school. All the distractions he probably would have had in the public school that would have been rougher for him, he probably wouldn't have made it out to this point to be this nice on the mic. Stop downing people for the education. Just because you might not have an education or your kid might have dropped out of school doesn't mean that you have to go out there and down the people that did. Just because you can make a few dollars in rap, how are you going to sustain the money? You don't have no education to even keep the money in your wallet. So how are you going to laugh at the person that has the education to hold you up? Start thinking. Start thinking. Don't you see the people that's getting those people out, all y'all out of prison when y'all running the court and you got to pay the lawyers? Who do you think them lawyers didn't go to school? Start thinking. Whenever you hear somebody down education, they're the dummies. Remember I told you, they're the dummies. The ones that down education, they're the dummies. You see, a lot of people, a lot of artists went to private school. Are you crazy? Private school doesn't make that. Private school doesn't say that you're weak or anything. Private school is school. It's what your parents choose to. You could tell what type of parents you had. Your parents, whether they saved up and gave it all just to get you in there, so you can be in a different position and a smaller teaching, so you can learn more. They did everything to get you in there. You should be proud of that. Don't let these fools and these dumbos that come out of these places look at you like you ain't nobody. No, you somebody. So big ups to Jada and everybody there. Even Jim Jones went to private school. What are you talking about? People that do so, they talk this silly nonsense and don't realize why they got this dumb. I'm not with all that. If you're not coming with something that's intelligent or trying to be intelligent or trying to build yourself up, I'm not gonna sit here and laugh at the cool table became the dumb table. Your cool table ain't the same as our cool table. Our cool table we're talking about stuff that's gonna sustain us for the rest of your life. Your cool table, you guys are talking about clothes and nonsense. People are dressed up like this and that, and their families at home is suffering. Look at these. These are not stand-up guys. These are guys that want to go and hit every pretty face. Meanwhile, that old lady back at home trying to hold it down, and they ain't coming through with it. They ain't coming through with it because they got to buy all the junk and everything to make other people on social media believe that they somebody. Meanwhile, they come across a guy like me, they know I ain't looking at them like that, so they get scared and they go about their business. Pick up what I'm putting down. Who they think they fooling? Not me. It's never ever going. You never ever going. I don't care. You could talk about, oh, it's pictures, this and that. It's not gonna sustain to my happiness, my brother. See, I know the route I'm taking. I know where I'm going, and I know how much I have and how much I've been get. Look, listen, man. A lot of these people, they're gonna tell you anything just to make you feel like they're doing this or doing that better than you. Remember I told you the same people that was talking down on you, look how bad they look now. All the stuff that they were buying was fake. They wasted all that money. Think about what they got. They got caught. That's why I say I don't look at them Chinese people. Them people hard workers, man. I don't ever look at nobody out in no place like they ain't nobody. No, I know them people hard workers. Them people work so hard to keep smiles on people's face out here that they didn't want to work. See, people are not forgetting that we all need each other to build up to get to where we got to go. Yeah, okay, you want to go on vacation? While you go on vacation, I'm going to work what you got going on. And when you come back, then I'm going to go. We got to hand in hand start helping each other. Them people hurt. Heal people, heal people. Pick up what I'm putting down, y'all. Pick up what I'm putting down, man. I got the energy. I got it in me for you guys today, man. I said I was not going to come up here and tell you guys no different. Shouts out to Chicago. Shouts out to Detroit. Shouts out to the Lou. Shouts out to all the places that have been having it a little rough. And they ain't been having as much as us out here in New York and people just throwing away their money like it's... No, people need the same money you throwing away or you throwing in the strip club might be needed in some other place so somebody could pay their bills to stay and keep a roof over their head. But meanwhile, you smiling and wilding with the fake teeth in your mouth on social media trying to act like you something that you're not. Don't let these people fool you like they making a whole bunch of this and a whole bunch of that. I told you, that shit is a facade. It's a facade. People will get on here and tell you what you ain't got, but they can't tell you how to get something. They ain't gonna tell you that. They're going to look at whatever you got going and try to hustle themselves and start hustling all over the place, and they still ain't going to make it. That's the truth. No matter how they still ain't going to make it. How are you going to win if your community is not winning? Are you dumb? So you got a little piece of car, you feel like you driving somewhere, and the world, no, the world not behind you. The world is in front of you. Look up. Look up. That's your own people out there that you belittling and all of that. Yeah, that's your own people. You see somebody on here trying to change their life on YouTube, you support that. If they putting out some good message, they got some good love, and they got love behind, you support that. Why is it so hard for us to support ourselves, huh? It's because we don't love each other. Stop lying, pointing the finger, talking about it's the police, it's that white guy, it's that. All of that stuff is, look, listen. All of that stuff could be true. But until we start understanding who we are and the reason why we put ourselves in these positions and we hate our brothers and sisters because of jealousy and greed, we're never going to get anywhere. And as much as those people think more planes are going to be falling from the sky. Yeah, that's how it's going to go. God going to teach us a lesson. The ones that understand won't suffer. I can give you that. I don't want to scare nobody and start telling exactly who's next, this and that, because that ain't right. But I know. And you'll know too, the more you sharpen up and see what's going on. You start realizing, oh, now they was meant to kill me. They're trying to make me just a number. I'm more than just a number. I'm somebody. I could add to this world. I can add and change things and make it a better place. Once you have that mindset, then your value is all the way up. Not what these people, just because they give them a few dollars to act a fool, they somebody. No, you don't want to be that person to have to dress up like a clown or have to put somebody down to make a piece of money. Because at the end of the day, you're going to be a lonely person. Your funeral, your wake, you're going to be a lonely person. You know, there's some people that don't even got relationships, but got tons of relationships. They don't realize so many people love them for the things that they did for them. Those are your blessings. You live longer days when you do people the right way. People's intentions eat their souls out alive. They disappear. You can't find them no more. No more smiles, no more this, no more that. They gone. I'm telling you, a lot of people are passing away. We have to start thinking and helping each other. Stop looking at somebody else just because they from a different town or a different state that they ain't your brother or sister. No, that's your peoples out there. That's your peoples. I told you it's only good and bad. If you're good, that's your peoples. You might not agree with somebody, but so what? We don't always agree. We knew this from back in the day. We don't always agree, but that don't mean you gotta hate the person. You could just find a way in other things to agree on and things to. But remember, I told you, and the worst thing you can. Oh, my black people. When I see a black person acting bougie, when their rich is not even society's rich, I look and I say, oh my goodness, you are so lost. You are so lost. You know, they got the Rolex in the camera and all of this nonsense. I look at people like they're so lost. The people that takes eye to that type of stuff, those people don't even know their own value. You guys got to start paying attention and start bringing more love into your life. And just take for a month and take a break from all of that stuff. And just start figuring things out that you really love without adding all this add-ons and all this stuff. And you start realizing not only do you save money, you save time and a peace of mind. You'll have a clear head to do anything and see more in other people. You can always tell if the people that really, they start getting jealous and envy. You start thinking about, what are they jealous about? What are they envious about? See, people are going to be jealous of you if you live a happy life. They can't do nothing with that. They really can't do anything with that. You could talk about me, laugh at me, what I'm wearing, and all of that stuff is material things. But how I'm feeling, you can't do nothing with it. You can't do nothing with it. They can't do nothing with that. They can joke on you. They can say, oh, you live in the ghetto and you this and that. They can't do nothing with how you feel. Because inside, they are burning inside eternally. That's it. That's it. That's it. There's a lot of people out here that they feel like, yo, if somebody do something to me, I'm going to cancel them and kill them. No, you're not. You're going to end up in prison. That's why they was trying to trick y'all and tell you, oh, don't snitch. How you going to tell a regular person out there working a 9 to 5 that they some snitches and this and that? Meanwhile, you don't care enough for when that bullet starts shooting on the block and you take that man's daughter and you shoot that man's son and you expect us to talk some snitch? You guys didn't even, first of all, the stuff that these people are championing for, it makes no sense and it's ignorant. How do you expect the guy not to snitch? You guys weren't friends. You didn't have no love for the guy. You had love? The guy been rapping all this time and he's in the gang and the gang ain't even pushing his music. What are you talking about? You love him. No, his family loves him. He just didn't realize that yet. And if he don't have his family to love him, he got to find himself in a place that he's around people that love him. You know, gang love you. If you still believe that gangs love you, you a fool. Only fools think that way. The reason why those gangs are around, a lot of those guys are scared. There's a lot of real people in the gangs, and they don't really need everybody around for them to be real. They don't really even need the gang. They start realizing, I don't need these guys. These guys are going to get me locked up or to Rico. I'm out of here. You guys farewell. The people that think stupid are going to, and they start complaining, oh, they're throwing us all in jail. No, they're not throwing me in jail. Hardworking citizen. They're not throwing me in jail. Who are they throwing in jail? They're throwing criminals in jail. The guys that point the guns and don't know how to aim them. Yeah, that's what they're throwing in jail. So don't come over here and think that you're going to pull up this snitching and think that that makes you a real nigga. You're not. You're a real dummy. That's what you are. And half of these people, they have kids, so you can imagine how your kids are looking up to you acting like a kid. Like, I don't get it. How are you on the same level of thinking as your kids? You making the same mistakes. Your kids probably got to tell you, no, that's not the right thing to do. Schooling you about social media. Does it make sense? Yeah, because you are living in your younger youth mindset. Get out of that. Grow up. And that's the reason why you see a lot of these guys, they stuck to rap because rap is easy to do. I don't care what anybody tells you in hip hop, rap is easy to do. Hip hop is the main thing that needs the structure, but rap, anybody can rap. Rap this, rap that. The same guy that's the best, that's claimed the best, the worst rapper is at the same point, can make the same amount of money. So people fall into that. And I understand because a lot of people are hurt and they want to make the money, but you have to realize how you making the money. You rapping, talking about this so-and-so, or are you smoking on this and smoking on that? We don't pick up them traits in New York. Only hurt people pick up that. That's dysfunctional. Yeah, I don't care what everybody else says. I'm telling you from the heart, you can believe them or you can believe me. It's dysfunctional. When you bring that type of death and those type of spirits in your life, it never leave you. It never leave you. Don't be the victim to other people's foolishness, is what I'm saying. Don't. People want you to hurt with them. That's the thing. I don't want you to hurt with me. I want to be able to go through my hurt and say, damn, how did I get out of that? And then tell y'all, don't go that way. That's the difference. I don't want you to go through the same hurt that I went through. It don't make no sense. If that's the case, we might as well just all stand on the line and just keep going through the pain, That's not how it works. Blessings to y'all. Blessings to y'all. Love y'all. For real. That thing right there, man, it just, like, to see my own people, like, just guide people down the wrong route, that pisses me off more. Like, I don't really, I get more jokes out of somebody looking like Ren and 10 with all the logos and stuff. That's like a joke to me, but I never look at my own people and say, oh, they're making a mistake, this and that. I love to see my own people have money and be able to smile and do the things that they're doing. But there's something that comes with that. And there's an arrogance that our people take on when they get into that type of lifestyle that makes them want to push the good people and the real hard-working people out of the way. And that's a sad thing that we got going on. And that's why the youth mind is so lost that they feel like the easiest thing should be the thing that gives them the most money. But it's not beneficial about when your life, those life points start decreasing the more you start doing the dumb stuff. You start losing those years. You don't see the years being lost once you do that. But the more you start helping people, working with people, that's how you gain more years in your life. So yeah, you say, back in the day, that guy used to be a drunk and he ain't died. Well, that same guy that was a drunk was standing on the corner greeting everybody when they go in the store, opening the door for them, and God was blessing them while you thought that, you was looking at him dirty because his clothes. You see the difference? He's not the alcohol guy running and grabbing somebody's purse and running off down the block. There's a difference between that. You get blessed in so many different ways. I'm telling you, a lot of you guys you'd rather take plan A than plan B. If God bless you with a longer life, then bless you with some chains or some gold to make you look crazy online. That makes you a target. As shiny and as dope as you think it's gonna, if you on the same mindset, you ain't gonna want the type of chick or the type of man that stuff attracts, because you're gonna fall lost in the bunch. You can make somebody love you without having that. Now you're saying something. You don't got a Rolex and that she'll love you from your head to your feet. You saying something. You ain't got that much money as that millionaire over there making all these mistakes that don't even want to care about his own kids. You're saying something. You don't got to be like these dummies that make you think that they could pay off and just run off and do what they do. And that's the reason why they always fall short. They think that they falling short because somebody want their money. No, somebody don't want your money. I'll give you an example. Like my bro Andy Appleseed, he just dropped this video on Soulja Boy. And Soulja Boy is being sued for $4 million from this female, right? So Soulja Boy, I see him get on live and he's getting mad at people. He even kind of dissed some of us, but it's all good because I understand he was just frustrated. I didn't take it no way. But he was mad and he was saying that how, she's lying and she took this money and people are just out there trying to take celebrities' money, this and that. But let me give you a little key from somebody a little bit older. The more money you make, it's harder for you to go around people that don't have that same type of love for you. If you bring somebody, it's just like you saying, if you walk into the back in the bank, right? And you walk into the back, would you bring a killer with you? No, because something might happen, right? So when you become of status and you start making that amount of money, you have to be very careful about the people that you bring into your life, because not everybody that's coming into your life is going to be there for you. So if you're asking me, who's the problem in that situation? The mistake was made by you, young man, for bringing that female into your life, knowing that she probably get something out of your life. You see, people that have to earn the right to be in your space once you made it of a status like that, you have to really make sure that they're gonna be their best for you. You can't go around and just because people are struggling and people think that's all they want, all they need is the money. So when they get around certain guys, yeah, they feel like if you kick them out, they ain't gonna ever have probably another chance to get with another celebrity. So they're gonna try to get you for whatever. You understand what's going on? And I'm not saying that, I don't know your situation. I don't know who's right. I don't know who's wrong. But all I know, you had control as the person with the value of the money. You had control of who you bring into your life, and these mistakes are made all the time. You see how it works? Do you see the richest people in the world just having anybody could walk in their door? Over what? This? That ain't gonna work. That ain't gonna work. I'm telling you. Your addiction is going to stop you short from you seeing what's next to come. You got to be very careful. If you feel like your value's up, you know the value within yourself, then you won't have nobody with a low value around you. You see what I'm saying? You got to start realizing that you are the protection of yourself. Nobody else. Who you bring around you, you brought them around you. You wanted to do this with that. Whether it worked out or not, that's you. It's just like Tupac. Tupac went in there, he said his friend slept with this and that. Look, this is going to fall back on you. She didn't know your friend. She came there for you. That's what happened. She's claiming what's happening because whatever happens back there, it's going to be pointed at you. If you feel like you have value in your life and you brought so much of money, you should be more smarter to know who comes around you. You see how it goes? You see, the guys that have so much money and they want to impress like killers and people around it, the dealers all around them, is because they can't impress nobody else. The people that they could impress, they already have the same amount of money. So they got to impress these people that don't really know what it's about. That's why I commend NBA Young. The smartest thing he did was get his bodyguard a house next to him. But that's the way you got to live, dog. He might as well be family. And this goes for every other rapper that likes running their mouth, or any celebrity that thinks that, doing the wrong choices are the things that's going to put them where they got to go. Get that bodyguard. Pay that bodyguard. Treat the people around you that really going to be protection of your life right. Stop doing your own people's bad. And make sure that anybody, remember, bodyguards are people too. They have families to go home to. So if you're not even paying your bodyguard, you don't really care. You just need somebody to duck behind when the bullets are flying. That's what you're trying to do? Oh, well, they ain't got no love for you. I wouldn't see body. That's all that's going to change. What NBA YoungBoy did, that's big. Take care of your people. Because some people will ride for you and you turn around and you throw the money in the strip club. I can understand why that can cause friction. I can understand how somebody could look at you different because of that. You don't want to surface the right information to your folks because you can't see your folks in the same position you at, or even further than you. And we have a problem in our culture that we don't want to talk about that, but we have to understand. People around, always go for the people that's smarter than you or know something that teach you something. Keep those people around you because they don't want nothing from you. Meanwhile, you so ready to impress everything on the corner all the way up to the city that you just want people to be all in glow of you. That's not how it works in life. After people start doing all of that, they start becoming enemies of you. That's how life works because they start seeing how you treat people. Like Diddy, nobody gonna have Diddy back. The only people that are gonna have Diddy back are the people that did the same thing Diddy did. Because those people are lost people. They have lost mindsets. They don't know no better. They figure, oh no, they all lying because y'all probably did something to chicks too, probably put your hands on females, and you just want that type of justice in your life. So you can point their figure and say, you know what, he got away with it, so can I. But that's not how it is. You ain't a baller, you ain't no king. All you are is a dysfunctional person and you're abusing other people. Get your life together. That's the reason why the youth right now is lost. They don't know what love is. They don't know what love is. You could put love here, money here. The only thing they could see is the money. They think a date, you got to, I seen this, I don't even know this female. She said she needed like her man had to make $5 million a year for her to, I said, sweetheart, what, are you crazy? They look like you can't even cook. We got to do better, y'all. We got to do better. We got to do better. Trust me, I'm going to stay nailing you guys. Do not go out there and numb yourself up with that alcohol. It's going to kill people. It's been killing people. It's going to become the number one. That and gun violence are just like this in New York. Yeah, I believe so too. The father's running. People have this thing in their head where it's like, after they have the baby, they run off and do what they want. But if there's no father in the home, that's a broken household. There's no way you can say, oh, well, I'm just showing up here and showing up there. But in these times, you crazy? Your kid is going to be lost. I don't want to hear it. Your kid's going to be lost. And nowadays, we see the scars and the pain in people's kids. You don't even got to look at them. They're gonna put on the whole facade. They know they've been covering themselves up for years. Look at their kids. Look at their kids. You see a lot of people hiding their kids, this and that, because they're ready. They are the blueprint of what not to do in these types of situations. Sex is easy to do. We all love sex. We human beings. But the mentality of the person that you're having sex with, that's the problem. That's the problem. There's too many people being led astray thinking something is what it's not. By the time you lock somebody down, you're having a baby with somebody, look, there is so much relationships that didn't work in our face that people feel like that's the norm. Being dysfunctional is not the norm. And sometimes, relationships don't work out and there is kids involved. But in the meantime, try not to look at that as the blueprint. That it didn't work out. Remember, didn't work. That doesn't mean it's working. It didn't work. So don't champion it and say, I'm on to the next guy or I'm going for this and I have this amount of baby fathers and this is my baby daddy. No, you're starting to talk crazy. Think about the kids. Why after that you just didn't concentrate on the kids? You ran out looking for another relationship. What happened to you? What makes you think that if you couldn't hold on to the first one, what makes you think the second one you're going to be able to hold on to? Like who told you this stuff? You think the guy that has all the babies around the world just because he's making some money is going to be the guy that's going to be substantial to you? Who's lying to you like this? Who's doing this? Like where'd you get this from? TV? Don't look up to the people just because they have money. Start looking up to people because they have the information. Before you point that gun at somebody to take off whatever they got wearing or in their pocket, just walk up to the man and say, how'd you get that Rolex? How could you afford that? And that information, oh, well, I invested in this or I got it from my job. Or you'll get the information. You'll start realizing the things that you thought that was worth so much, it really ain't worth too much. Get on that mindset. It don't mean that you broke. It means that you're wise enough to save the things that's going to be of value for the future. People running around, just like if you buy a car, right? You buy a car, boom. Let's buy a car. We buy a car. Next year, a new shape comes out. What you going to do? Chase the shape. Next year, a new shape comes out. What you going to do? Humans. She got a pretty face. You sleep with her, have kids. A new chick come out, new face. She's from somewhere else, Texas, Detroit, wherever. He fall in love with it. What you gonna do? You have to find out that the value in those stuff is not gonna change. You have to pick up the value and know the value within yourself. Because there's always gonna be a new face. There's always gonna be a new shape. There's always gonna be a new design. There's always gonna be a new. There's always gonna be a new, you guys. There's always gonna be something new. You take your time. Don't race and get you and fall. Take your time and understand the things that suits you better. Now, do you still love those bags that the Hermes and do you still have the same love knowing that they're the same as the bootleg? So the person that you was laughing at, aha, they got the bootleg bag. This was the same bag as you. Now the finger pointing at you. Do you still feel the same way? Your favorite celebrity got those for free. You want to know why? Because it was the same bootleg bag. And then when I say bootleg, it doesn't mean, it means the price that you was paying for is not really the price. You was paying triple, triple, triple. Nowadays, you go shopping for a whip, a Corvette, 165. You think it's really worth that? Take some time, look in the past and see how many people was driving that then, if you think it's worth that. Hellcats and they got all these devilish things. And you know what? It feels like sometimes people set the trap and people just jump right in it and they just want to get hurt. I don't know why people look. And then you hear about the food. You hear like these people have devilish ways about them. You hear about the food, then you hear, oh no, Kim Kardashian got these cookies. You know, they had this place called Crumble. And when you see the place got more sugar than cocaine in Mexico. That you take a bite of that as an adult. I don't want to talk about the kids as adults. We take a bite of that. That could give you diabetes. Yeah, you might feel like you're healthy now, but let you keep taking in that sugar. That sugar will wipe you out. Your bank account won't even mean anything. They don't care about you. You have to care about you before anybody else looks over and want to care about you. It's not about the money. I will always say that. And it's not about the views. It's about the viewers. If I can help one person, 2 people, 3 people here and there, I'm good with that. That made me feel good. God gonna bless me. My blessings will always be piling up because I do it from the heart. A lot of people, they do it from the pocket. They do it from the pocket, man. Look at my subscribers. Look, you think somebody can sustain and keep giving you that good word and while other people around them is, because that stuff don't drive me. I knew they was going to fall anyway because I knew where they was coming from and I knew what they were facing. It's the people that woke up and said, wait, hold up. Give me a minute. Why am I drinking so much? And it's not even a party. Why do I celebrate so many things when it's not these many things to celebrate? Why am I finding myself in these places where people want to harm me? Numbing myself to the things that I feel I want to hide from social media, when those are the things that if I put on social media can help 1 or 2 kids coming up and say, you know what? They kept it real, so I'm going to keep it real. Ain't no more of that. What they got now is the OGs with the big chains on and they feel like having a kilo around their neck. Man, it's just like having a kilo stuffing it in your nose. Something going to get you. So pay attention to what these people are trying to fool you with and all the toughness they trying to sell you and realize they really soft inside, man. They hurting, you guys. It's sad out there. But you watch and see how it really goes down. I promise you guys, the wiser you get and you start looking at things different and take a different outlook on things, it won't hurt you as much. Your stress levels go down. You start realizing, yeah, I know what you're trying to do, but you don't even know I'm not even into that. You thought I was into that, but I'm not into that. Sorry. So when you see people coming down there and they trying to belittle you and they're trying to look down on you and tell you, oh, this is where you did, those people been hurt ever since years ago. And it just build up. Just because you have money doesn't take away the hurt. Money could actually put you in a place where it could be more harmful for you because now you have the money to feed this ego. You have look, that's what happened to Kanye. He has the money to get things done, but just not done the right way. So every time somebody whispers something in his ear or he see a little movie or something, he go into the movie, oh, that's Dave Chappelle, that's what he did. That was funny. I'm going to do this against my people. Like it's real high school, low tier mentality stuff. And they got our black culture looking bad and it's embarrassing. It's embarrassing. It all happened when celebrities and politics started coming together. We started seeing the fake just in the air. It's sad. I got some videos coming up. I love you guys. I really appreciate you guys tuning in. I got a lot more stuff. Let me see if I don't want to miss out on anything. Oh, just keep that in mind. The information is worth more than the money, okay? Even if you have to ask questions, don't be scared to ask people questions. How'd you get that? The more you find that and the more you become more talkative with the people, you'll start realizing the things that you can put into your life and things that can benefit you. And you have to realize, now we understand why people didn't want to go out there and tell people how much money they have. You start realizing why people want to keep that down and start realizing the information is the key to everything. So do that. I'm learning more. The more I learn, the more I bring to you guys. The more I believe in myself, the more I want you guys to believe in yourself. You all right? I love you guys. Thank you for tuning in. Subscribe to the channel. All we got out here. You know, I'm trying to push the peace. I'm trying to push positive energy. So you know it's gonna take me a little bit, but you know what? Like I told you guys, you know, I'll take the cut on the money just to leave a mark on the culture. It's your boy Mickey Fenty, aka Mickey Made It. If you're new to this channel, you know what to do to this channel. Subscribe right now. Love.